something exploded or something?
Do not open any packages.
We heard an explosion and my neighbors were outside on the ground.
I will never forget March 12, 2018.
It was just a loud boom.
That lady had opened a package and exploded in her face.
3 package explosions in just 10 days. 2 people are now dead and 2 others have been hurt.
We have live team.
I woke up a little bit after 7, and I was actually watching KVUE and saw in an early morning cut-in that authorities were responding to a possible explosion at a home in East Austin.
They did kill a 17-year-old boy and sent a woman
Tony
and a boy to the
Plahetsky
hospital.
at that point was probably all over it, because you're not going to have 3 of the exact same
Who is attacking these
dangerous
people and
incidents
why?
happen right back to back to back to back to back.
It was in that moment that I knew someone was attacking our city. I was already starting to make dozens of phone calls to anybody who would talk to me just to say, what in the hell is going on right now? I'll never forget stepping out just for a brief moment to try to grab something to eat, that I heard the report of a third attack, a second attack that morning.
Still a very active scene. The 75-year-old Hispanic woman found a package on her front porch. When she went to pick it up, it exploded.
At that point on the 12th, we realized, hey, this is bigger than what we realized. We understood about what was going on.
When we had that revelation, I mean, to me at least, things changed, because I thought, this is serious. How many more packages are en route? How many more packages are out there? You know, who's going to be next?
To know, what our community was dealing with in that moment. When Chief Manley is saying, if you get a package that you weren't expecting, don't touch it.
Show up at your home and you were not expecting a delivery. If the package that is delivered to your doorstep looks suspicious in any way, call 911, report it. We will respond.
That's a really scary thing.
Everyone gets packages. Everyone gets mail.
Anything we can do to let people know,
Do not open any packages
that you are not expecting. It was a moment in time when I thought the work we are doing right now quite literally could save lives.
That day is when the Austin community was really nervous.
The first 2 victims, Mr. House and Drayla Mason, were Black, and that the third victim was Hispanic.
Everyone assumed that they were targeting people of color.
That was a big narrative thread that investigators were pulling at the time.
The Black and brown community, including myself, was really nervous because we felt like we were under attack.
That absolutely made the fear and the concern of an attack on minority Austinites really ratchet up.
Those were long, long days.
It was all hands on deck. I remember during that time, once I got through with my shift, I literally went home, changed clothes, ate, came back. Everybody was here with me. A lot of people were just kind of living at the station at that time. I mean, we just didn't know what was going to happen next.
These stories are very upsetting to cover. There's comfort in the team that you've got a mission.
This is our community, and especially when something like that is happening, it's hard because you've got to stay focused and you've got to do the work, but at the same time, you're worried about it in the same way that everybody else is.
We spent so much time telling people, don't open packages, don't open packages, don't open packages. And then that message got totally neutralized on March 18th, Sunday, March 18th, when the bomber used a tripwire that injured his next 2 victims.
Breaking news tonight, reports of 2 more bomb explosions in Austin. These happened in southwest Austin. There are 2 people who have been injured in this one confirmed detonation. It is 2 males.
It showed us kind of an increase in the sophistication. This is completely different. That was a really big wake-up call, just more uncertainty for the city when we've already been through this 2-3 times already. And now here we go again.
I can remember thinking that Sunday morning, there was just a feeling that I had, just a very sixth sense like, I think something is going to happen today.
I remember my partner waking me up and he said he did it again. I checked my phone and that's when I had a bunch of missed calls. And then I just started getting dressed and I just went into work. I remember arguing with my partner because he did not want me to go to work. He said, why do you have to go in? Like, we don't know this guy. Like, we don't know, what if he's gonna target the news stations next? And I just remember looking at him and saying, it's my job, I have to go. And I left.
We had crews to get statements from the police department. We had crews on the individual scenes. We had reporters working behind the scenes, trying to find out information. We were all over it. You think you've seen everything, and then, wow, something like that happens.
We even had experts talking about how if he changed his MO, if he's got more to come.
But if, in fact, it is the same bomber, then in essence what you have here is a very crafty individual.
If he's willing to just randomly put these out in the sidewalk, where can we be safe? I think that was the overall thought for most people.
That was really sinking in, I think, to the public and to us that this could happen anywhere. We don't know what is going to happen next.
And that's when the entire community was like, okay, he or she, we don't know who it was, is going to target anyone or everyone.
There was a false alarm in the middle of all this.
In the early morning, the package bomb goes off at the FedEx facility outside San Antonio. And then on the evening was when a report came in of explosives found at a Goodwill donation center.
There was an immediate thought that this was the latest bomb.
There were just tons of federal agents, but what struck me most was the fear on people's faces, the community. There was real panic.
Something that really highlights just how jittery this whole city was.
Our community was struggling with the uncertainty and with not knowing when and where the next bombing is gonna happen.
Got an explosion inside the vehicle.